My name is Arnett Cobb. It is July 1st, 2017, and this is my informative speech about how music affects our well-being and our mood. Music is something that we all have in common. Whether we listen to it in our cars, our iPods, or strum the strings on the guitar, it's something that has always tied us in, whether we know it or not. But have you guys ever taken the time to wonder why a song makes me feel happy, or why a sad song makes me cry? That's because music has a powerful way of affecting our well-being and our moods, whether it be releasing chemicals in the brain, whether it be enhancing our brain functionality when we play instruments, or the strange but interesting tie between intellect and musicianship. So as I take the time to go over my points, I want you guys to realize what music means to you. First, music has different sound waves and valences that can cause a release of chemicals in certain parts of our brain. According to BBC Health and News, an article entitled "Music Releases Mood-Enhancing Chemicals in the Brain," studies show that dopamine was released whenever we listen to songs that we love or find pleasurable. And dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is associated with a happy feeling. Prolactin is also released in the brain whenever we listen to songs in a minor key or have a sad prominence about it. Prolactin is more known for pregnant women that have babies and are trying to produce milk, but is also released in the brain when people experience traumatic situations or something depressing. Scientists have shown that there's a strong tie between listening to sad music and reminiscing in old times. According to the Medical Daily, an article entitled "What Does Classical Music Do to Your Genes?" A study performed on patients listening to classical music showed that there's an enhancement in gene activity in the areas of the brain associated with the transport synaptic function that has to do with learning and memory. And it also worked to inhibit the genes associated with neurodegeneration, which is bad for your neurons because the structure and functionality tend to break down over time. And this is where dopamine is released in the frontal cortex of the brain and follows the pathways. Prolactin is in the subcortical areas, which is the innermost part of your brain. My next point is going to show how playing a musical instrument can enhance your cognitive and neural functionality. Playing a musical instrument stimulates the motor cortices area, which is the mid part of the brain, which is associated with fine motor movement and muscle memory. Studies have shown that a strong practice regimen can help strengthen all of those areas. Playing an instrument requires the right hemisphere, which is associated with imagination and creativity, to work in conjunction with the left hemisphere, what is known for adaptive thinking and logic, to work simultaneously and almost exercise to be able to deal with the synapses firing off from taking in information with notes and rhythm and being able to play it back in whatever situation or setting that you're in. And according to a video done by TED Education entitled "How Playing an Instrument Benefits Your Brain," neuroscientists have shown in randomized studies that individuals with some form of musical training show a higher form of enhancement in cognitive and neural results compared to others that have spent the same amount of training in other kinds of arts such as sports or painting. My final point will illustrate how there is a strange but interesting tie between intellectual people and musicianship. This man right here is Albert Einstein. I'm pretty sure all of you guys know who he is. He has incredible work in physics, but what most people don't know that he was a master violinist. He began playing the violin at a young age, and he carried it on to his adulthood. He loved Mozart and playing his sonatas, and he often used the violin as a brainstorming technique to take a break from his work. Another individual that we all know is Leonardo da Vinci. He's an awesome painter, inventor, and he was known as the Renaissance man. He actually played an instrument called the Libra de Braccio, which is like our modern day viola, which had 4 strings, and we played with the bow. Thomas Edison was known for his over 1,000 patents for his inventions, and he also played the piano. He even tried to create a piano made out of concrete, but it didn't fare too well for him, because I don't really see many of those out. But an invention nonetheless. So in conclusion, I have shown you how music can affect our well-being and our moods, whether it be through the chemical release of neurotransmitters in our brain through dopamine and prolactin, or whether it be playing a musical instrument to enhance our brain functionality, or even the strange but interesting correlation between musicianship and intellect. So the next time you guys are in your car and you're listening to Bruno Mars and you get the goosebumps and you feel chills coming down your spine, stop and think, what is this music doing to me and why do I feel this way? Thank you.